Hey guys, Jeff here. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to install a toilet. Remember this, 90% of all toilets installed in remodels and renovations are done incorrectly. If you don't want to have that happening in your house, watch this video, learn how to do it my way, and you'll be successful every single time. Cheers. All right guys, time to remove the throne. Here's the deal. Two little secrets we're going to show you right now. One is this. You take a pail of water, make sure you get this before you turn the water off, and you basically shock the system by adding too much water too fast. It creates a vacuum. There you go. Your new toilet line is somewhere down around here. Okay? Down around here. And that's a lot of water removed from the situation. Then you grab your shop vac. Now remember, the back of the tank is actually pretty clean water. It just showed up from the city. And there should be no reason this is disgusting, okay? And then we can get rid of all the water that's in this tank. Now I can actually reach in, take off those two bolts, and separate this from the bowl. All you need is a great big Phillips flathead screwdriver. Hold the nut underneath. Now remember, when this is installed, it's under compression. And there's a rubber gasket that's being compressed. So the nut itself isn't on that hard. And I can just take the nut right off. God. There we go, that one's done. That's all it is, just a nut and a washer. Okay. Now we can remove this, toss this in the garbage. Now it's okay to smash stuff as long as it's in the bin, not in your house. Now the toilet itself weighs about 50 pounds, okay? So let's get the rest of this water out and get it down to almost as close to zero as possible, because when you're working by yourself, you don't want to have that coming out the other end when you pick it up, going all over your leg. Amazing, you know? It only takes a couple of seconds to take care of this, and then you're never going to have a water issue when you're doing your renovation. Remember, around the toilet flange, there is a hole in the floor. So when you're picking up your toilet, if water comes out, it's going through that hole and into the ceiling underneath. Don't let that happen to you. That's disgusting. All right, here we go. Now this is a nut and a brass washer. It's very standard, okay? Shouldn't give us any real issue. And it's obviously, this toilet's installed in wax. If we're lucky, it just wiggles right off without any difficulty. Now if the nut and the washer are both spinning, then you need to get a pair of needle nose pliers to hold the thread still so you can take this off. Or you can take a grinder to it, whatever works. Just realize there's probably wax in the mix, because when you squeeze a toilet wax, a lot of it squishes through the exercise hole. So have yourself a paper towel handy. Okay, so in this case, when I'm turning the nut, the bolt itself is spinning. So watch this. If you can keep an eye on that, the bolt is also turning with the nut. So the way that you solve this problem is you take your 5-in-1, you put compression on it, and then it'll come loose. So I'm doing is I'm pushing the nut up and I'm pushing the washer down. And there we go. Now we got it. Ugh. All right. The other thing you can do is you can lift the toilet to create compression. All right? That also works really well. Okay, so now we have a toilet that's completely void of water, disengaged. The only thing left is the wax. There might be a little bit of suction, so give it a good little tug here. And then you don't have to worry about making a mess because there's nothing left in here to leak out. Oh, lovely. That is nasty. Okay, so we got a lot we can learn from this. Let's talk about this real quick. 1, what's the rule about toilets? The flange needs to be as high as the floor. Okay? It's not. there's room. This is swollen. The wax is almost non-existent over here. This is an economy wax. So somebody changed this toilet, put in the 99-cent wax ring instead of the $5 one that has a plastic mold to it with a diverter, and then the wax sits a lot higher. Here, check this out. Somebody has been in here and added some plywood, and then they put this cheap laminate on top of the old vinyl floor. I think this is a really opportune time to show what happens in residential construction when you hire the wrong guy. Right? So the next time someone says, hey, this laminate is waterproof, remember this picture. No such thing as waterproof laminate, okay? Yeah, that'll do it, right? That's better than nothing. See, when a toilet's installed properly, you lift it, you see the wax, this color, not this color. This is now a composite wax. Part wax, part full of crap. All right. Nasty. Just absolutely nasty. You know, I have been doing this business for 30 some odd years. I can count on one hand the number of times I've lifted a toilet and it was installed correctly. One hand. Okay, so this is the lowest part of the house right now. It's gonna make some mess. Not under pressure, it's just a matter of volume. The lowest other one here, so we're gonna have like a few ounces of water coming out. Okay, that looks like it's stopped making a mess now. Long enough that I can get a hold of this body and release this old valve from 1984. 1984. That is exactly 40 years ago that this place was built. Here you go. So I'm going to hold this. Okay, I'm going to get a hold of that nut on the bottom. Oh, what am I? Oh yeah, sorry, wrong way. I'm upside down backwards. There we go. Counterclockwise, as if you're the ground facing up at the nut, right? That's the secret to this stuff. Now, here's the fun part. There's your valve body. There's your nut. It's exactly the same technology today as it was back then. Same thread size, same valve body. All right, the difference is that this one is going to be sending the water supply straight up, and I can use the old parts down here. We don't have taking them off because it's had 40 years of crud and issues going on. I'm going to just tighten it by hand first. Okay, and then when I can't go any further, then I'm going to hold the valve body still while I make sure I got access to this. It's this copper ring, just like when we have solid copper ring for water supply. It's compressed into a smaller ring. This is doing the same thing with this compression nut. It's actually flared a little bit, so the tighter you make it, the more compression that has on the pipe, so that when you turn the water on, it doesn't come blowing off the top. That's all we're working with. It's really quite simple. So it creates a compression right in that corner, right there. That's it, and the water line, and everything gets sealed together. Simple science, really. And we're going to make sure that we got this closed for now. Now here's the fun part, because I had to go back outside and turn the water on. And if that doesn't hold, it'll blow off and hose everybody in here with a shower fountain. I don't hear you screaming. Okay, so now it's time for another split pipe flange. Where's my weak spot? And there it is. Great. Throw that to the back. And that looks really nice. Booyah! All right. Okay guys, time to install our toilet. And of course we have issues with subfloor height. This is the existing PVC ring. It was flush with the ground, but we've raised it up obviously between floor leveler and Ditra and tile. So I've got here the Odie Twist and Seal. That's what it's called, okay? 3-inch PVC twist and seal replacement flange. All right, available at local Home Depot. This rubber gasket, this is actually flared. What we're gonna do is set this in here, and we're going to, with minor downward pressure, we're gonna just keep twisting while that gasket is running higher and higher and higher up the toilet. Okay? It'll get to a point where it's really hard to turn. And then what we want to do is get this position and this position at 9 and 3. Right now we're not quite there. There we go. Oh, that's good. That'll work. Okay. Now we want to attach this. We're going to pre-drill some holes. And the reason for that gasket is to keep any backup from the sewer from coming into your house. So we can actually drill the new flange to the old flange, all right? Guarantee that the toilet isn't gonna rock over time. If the toilet isn't gonna move, then the gasket seal, the wax ring that we put on won't break, and then you won't get a leak underneath your floor. Now the rule is it has to be at least flush or up to a 1/4 inch higher. We meet that all the way around. It is uneven, but that won't matter. Okay, here's we go. We're gonna save the hardware for later. This little washer right here, this is money, okay? Because this is used as an extra pair of hands. What you do is you put your washer, there's a skinny side and a wide side, you put it to the wide side, right where you want it, and then you pull down this little plastic thing. It holds the bolt standing straight up, or close enough that you can maneuver. All right, there we go. So now as an individual, I can come over here and I can set my toilet in place. I just wanted to get that standing straight up as much as possible. There we go. All right. Here we are, there we are. It comes with the extra size wax ring. I went to Home Depot this morning. I was gonna buy a normal wax ring because I knew I was gonna be at least flush and maybe a little higher. They only had the extra size available. That's fine, it just means a little bit more work for us when it goes time to set our toilet down because I'm gonna have extra wax in the way, okay? Now that's prepped. Now all I gotta do is grab my toilet, hover it over, identify those bolts, and then set it straight down on the wax. Tighten it up, connect my water supply, and away we go to the races. So let me go grab that, and then we will install the toilet right now. All right, so the way you do this, guys, is attach the back to the toilet first, and then you just hover it. Find that bolt, find the other bolt, and then try to set it somewhat straight down. Yeah, into the wax. Okay, if you use leveling clips on your floor, there shouldn't be any wobble. Rock and roll. Here we go. Great little bolt nut system. This is for the seat. These just twist on really quick and simple. Okay, I gotta get a screwdriver to finish this off. Maybe my knife will work here just fine. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. Line that up and just snap them closed. Okay. Now, the cool thing about this is kind of like a wing nut. Okay, so you get great compression. And then this is easy to cut off. Snap the cap on. There, it's that simple. Easy, easy toilet installation. The only thing you might want to do, consider this. If you have an uneven floor, consider saving some of your grout from your floor. Mix up a little bit and grout the toilet area. So if you have any rock at all, you put in your sanded grout, and after it sets up in a few hours, it becomes a stabilizer. It's like a structural element for your toilet. So then everything part about this toilet is translated with load right direct to your tile, okay? And you can polish it up and clean it up and put a clear silicone bead on it. It looks really attractive. If you don't need it, you don't need it. We're good to go.